Hello you fine people and welcome to the channel. This is Viper. Now in today's mission we are going to be doing mission 10 of the very excellent Dungeon Keeper by Bullfrog. Now I'm not going to click on the do mission here because, do you know what, let's actually do that. We'll just click on and see if our creature carries over. It might not, I might have actually loaded it back up, but we're about to find out. Activate Windows is still there for now. I did try to get it off for this video, but I was not successful like in the last two videos. And the last video it's not on there at all. And then the video before that, I get about 3/4, halfway, maybe 2/3 of the way through the video. And then it comes up. So straight away we'll do map, make sure, and we'll have a little look. So as you can see, we've only got our imps. Now this is because I came out of the game. So first thing I'm going to do is load. So load that. And it puts us back on the previous mission. Now, what I want to make sure that I've done is this room here, which I have not. So let me just check and make sure by loading up Viper below it. So here we are, and we've now actually got it on this one here. We've got the transfer creature. So what we shall do is just quickly go to the library, make sure we have increased level, make save, that makes all your walls fortified, resurrect creature, and another resurrect creature. Now I'm just going to quickly go here just to make sure that I have used it. Now, yes I have. So, spacebar, we did do this mission last time on the previous one. And now we are getting into mission number 10. Now, if you had the same problem as me, where you came out of it and came back on it and your character's not come through, that's because the game was loaded up again and it's been silly. Now, I haven't actually done nothing since the last time I played it. So, it should have carried over my vampire, which it has not. So, when it decides to load, I don't actually know what it's doing. There we go. Map, and let's have a quick look. See, yes, we have a level 7 vampire right there. So, first things first, we're going to have to get a lair for our creatures. Now, as soon as we dig through here, we are going to be opened up into a big massive space. Let me just check the map. Right, okay, okay. I know what map this is. We need to get all the gold as quickly as possible, and I'm going to work at the top. Now, I don't want to be digging out all this. Well, I do want to dig out all the gold because that's what I tend to do, but we're not going to be able to do it how we usually do it on this mission. Now, when I played this mission in the past, it was a little bit of a toughie back in the day. Let's see how it is now. And bear in mind, when I mean back in the day, I was probably about 13, 14 when I played this. 97, so yeah, about 13, 14. So here we are, our creatures are obviously claiming everything for now. But so that my vampire doesn't get angry, I'm going to just build a lair. Put my vampire down in it so he's all nice and jolly. And we're going to need a hatchery. Now, I'm going to be building this near my portal because, well, you'll see why. Not very long. So, let's just put 2 down for now because even though we've got an entrance and that lot, so have they. We're basically in the same boat as the purples in this level. And right there, we have a scavenger room, which is fantastic. What we need to do is, we need to get some more imps. That's what we need to get. We need to get the imps to dig out the gold as quick as possible so that we can start getting the creatures as quick as possible. What we might end up having to do on this mission is actually putting down the treasure room. But for the meantime, while I'm being a little bit cheeky, we're just going to dig this bit out and let them dig that out. As soon as they dig that out, there's a dragon. Excellent. Can we get that guy there? Come on, mate. Come on, come on, come on. It'd be fantastic if we could get that dragon. So, that is saying we've got the scavenger room. How the scavenger room works is, you get your creature, and you stick it in the scavenger room, and it'll start scavenging. Now I'm going to take the vampire out there, because it's not likely that they're going to have vampires. But, they probably will have dragons. So what we're going to do, is now build a treasure room, because we are going to need it, and we're going to need it pretty quick, because on this mission we can't really mess about. The way to do this mission is to just be quick about it. Now as you can see we're equal on creatures. But bear in mind we got a vampire from the previous level and we just got... Is that dragon just come from here? we'll build that there. Now, I really could do with building this scavenger room and making it bigger, but the problem with that is that it uses gold, and it uses gold by the shed load. I mean, it uses a lot of gold. So, what we're going to probably end up doing on this mission is we are probably going to end up losing our warlocks, but we do not want to lose our dragons, and we do not want to lose our vampire. If we lose the vampire, we're probably going to find it really hard because that guy's level 7. But we'll worry about that when we get over to it. Now I'm going to build another 2 imps because I don't know what they're doing, but they're taking ages. Are they still claiming land? There's no way. So they're probably, oh yeah they are. Oh my days. Now that that's coming along, what we do need to do is build a hatchery so we can keep our creatures all nice and fed. By new area, it just means it's opened up a bit more of the map. And we have a hound. Ah, right. Now, that might be a little bit of a problem. It won't be that much of a problem at first because we can train it and then it can just do what it needs to do to level up so it won't go and attack all our other creatures. But we are going to start building the training room so then we can start training our creatures. So when we do start fighting, they're not all level 1s or 2s. God forbid that happens, that'd be terrible. So first things first, we'll stick that down. Straight away I'm going to take my 2 dragons, put them in there, and I'm also going to stick my vampire there. The hounds I'm not really too fussed about. For now we need to get them to train up and we need to collect the gold for obviously our workings of our dungeon. So we're not doing too bad at the minute. The dogs are going to be messing about and pissing about, so we can hope that the dogs go for a run up here. Or you could use the possession spell. Now if you get this possession spell and you click on an animal, it's your analog, your mouse is down is up and up is down, so they're inverted, and then you use your direction keys on your keyboard. So we'll just run around here, make sure everything is explored. A little bit fiddly to do this, but once you've done it, you're pretty much alright. We'll just quickly run around and we'll do all the lava. And then if we do come across any more dragons, they will be on our side. So we'll just quickly do this. There's our imps there taking out our gold on the left. So let's just run down here. Opening up more space as we're going, exploring more of the map. That's the end of the map there. So we'll run back down here. There's their Sight of Evil spell. And we don't... Oh, we want to go over here. See, there's a box, that's handy. Keep running around. So we need a bigger treasure room at the minute, but we're going to leave that just for now because we just want to make sure that we do have all of our dungeon explored around the side of us, because if there is any more dragons, it would be better for them to be on our side than on their side. So that's probably it. You click out of it with the left mouse, and I'm going to go straight to my dragons, and I'm going to put my 4 dogs in there before the purples decide to start kicking off. So we've pretty much explored everywhere on this side. So what we shall do is, there's another dragon. Right, okay, so we do need to go and get that dragon. That is a priority. So we shall pick up another dog. We shall zoom out on the map one. We'll drop that down, do that and get that on it. And we are going to need to go down this way. So it is a little bit difficult to get used to, but one of the secret missions is that you have to do this. I'm pretty sure it is. So I'm going to quickly run down here because I do want that dragon. The last thing we want is for the dragon. See, their base is there. So there he is. We run over here. He should. There you go. He's on our side now. So he's going to go down there and do that. Now we do need a bigger lair, so for the meantime I'm going to come out of that. And I'm going to go straight to the lair, map out, map in, so it's easier. So map out, then click on the map, so it's easier. And we will build the lair bigger. So we'll just stick that down there like so. And then we'll just make sure that all of our creatures have got a place for them to rest their head. There they go, they've got down them, and now straight away I'm going to pick my dragons back up and I'm going to stick them back in there. And we are also going to increase the size of the training room so that we can put a few more creatures in there and get them training. And as always, we are trying to get the stuff that we really need. So, library. I want to keep the library close, but obviously not mega close, because we want it not to be too far away, because more than likely they're going to come and attack us. So we'll just build it like this for now, and we'll see how we go with the more that we progress. So we've got no more gold there, and we need to get that dog. That's the only problem with the dogs. They like to wander about. So what are all these dogs? All our dogs are on a mission. So as you can see, the purples are pretty active and keen on doing what they're doing. So we need to pick up all of our dogs, and we need to train them, because then they won't be going about everywhere and doing all stupid crap. So we shall do that. And what we most likely want to do again, actual facts, because the dogs, have we all gone back to training the dogs? Let's hope they have. So we're going to do it again, but on this time, this side, we are going to go down. So we'll get one of our dogs, and we'll get this spell ready, and then we'll go like that. We'll go like this. Oh, I missed him. Oh no, never. There we go. And now we've got him. So we want to be going south down this side this time, so that we can check all the way down on the left hand side. Well, the left hand side as we're facing now, but it is the eastern side of the map with the orientation I use on the map. It is the actual east side of the map. So we'll just run down there quickly, get all this bit explored in case there is another dragon down here, because they'll be better on our team than on their team. So we are just about done now. We don't want to go over there. So now we come out of it, I'm going to go off that map, back over to here, and we are going to train all of our dogs, and we are also going to train all of our dragons. The warlocks we are going to currently use in the library, obviously, and also I'm going to use the vampire. Now if the vampire kills these two warlocks, we're going to have to move the warlocks, because I'm going to use the warlocks later when we are building a torch chamber. No, torch chamber, sorry, grave. Now as you can see, they've done call to arms on us, so they are pretty desperate if they're wanting to attack me. Oh my god, they're on my side already. Right, okay, here we go, this is fight time. So this is bad. This is pretty bad. What have we got? Oh my days, they've got loads. So let's go there. Well, we are going to find out straight away at the beginning of the game if we're going to get this done. Now luckily for us, we do have that level 7 vampire. So let's have a quick look, see, 16 to 17. So the vampire's still here doing stuff. They've got dragons, so what I am going to do is I'm going to come over here a minute. I shouldn't really be doing this. And I'm going to extend this scavenger room. So, yes, we are losing our creatures, but yes, so are they. We're not really fussed about us losing anything other than the dragons and the vampires. So what happens if we put our dragons in here? I tell you what happens. They come to our side. You see how they're doing 35? With them having money being spent, that means that on their team, on the enemy team, so look how powerful that vampire is. On the enemy team there's dragons, and these are going to get their dragon from their side and have it on our side. Now their big mistake was they attacked us, because my vampire will be strong enough to kill them all. So we'll just keep this up for now, see how it's going. And the vampire is going to have an absolute field day. So the vampire can get killing everyone. And now the dogs will join in as well. So let's get claiming that all back, so that we can get rid. See, they well pushed here. They pushed up because they're stupid, really. I don't know why they did that. Like, really do not understand why they did that. Like, that dog, I don't want him to die. So I'll put him down there to get healed. This vampire will kill all of them. So now they're coming back. But I'm just going to leave the vampire here doing it. For now. That dog is an absolute mad one. Know what that was doing. So we're not really bothered about the stuff and the creature, so long as we stay in front, and we are now in front. So our dragons are busy doing the like take control thing, capture the enemy's dragons. Soon as this is done, I'm going to sell it. No, do you know what? Let's sell this for now, because what we do want to do is we want to mine out some more gold. We do need the gold. So, and we do need a bigger lair as well. So what we need to do is we need to dig this gold out. And we need to put a little treasure room here just to store that said gold. Don't go overboard, like, because you're not really going to need to. I'm going to pick all them up because it'll take them forever to get here otherwise. Put them down there and let them get on with that. They will give us some more gold. I'm going to zoom out on the map so I can see what's going on down here, because they're going to have a bad day, because my vampire is so powerful. So what we do need to do is we need to make sure that the vampire, well, he's not doing anything, he's in the library. The library's too small, is it? So what we need to do then is just make it a tad little bigger, because we've got the money, and the more people that you have in the library, the quicker the library will get done. So because we do need a bigger lair, we will make a bigger lair. I don't think the purples will be attacking us anytime soon, because they tried to rush us and, well, they failed miserably. Absolutely miserably failed. So we're not doing too bad there. That's that gold mined out down at the bottom. So we shall leave them little treasure rooms up and running and that lot. See, their problem now is that they're not going to be able to have enough to sustain themselves throughout the fight that's going to be coming. So we need to just continue and be quick. So let's just build a biggest treasure room here, because we are going to be going down and across. So let's get mining out all this gold. So we've got enough gold to sustain our creatures whilst I'm too busy waiting. So in the meantime, I'm still training rooms, like as in learning new rooms and spells with my warlocks and my vampire. I'm surprised the vampire's not actually started attacking the warlocks just yet, but hey, we'll not worry about that when we get to it, eh? So we'll leave that like that for now, let them do that. What is that? That's increased level. And that one is increased level as well. So, by the looks of it, this is where we end our run of transfer creature. So now they're coming back again, because they've got a really short attention span. Because we just leverage them, mate, and now you want to come back. So now we've got more dragons. Now the reason why we've got more dragons is just the simple fact that because our actual dragons have been in that scavenger room, and in that scavenger room they've been capturing them. So are they all there? Is that where all the creatures are? 3001. Like, they're now coming up, so let's give them a bad time by doing this. And yeah, I'm going to put everything down like yourselves. You think you can outnumber me? Maybe you can. Probably ain't, no. So we just wait for the dragons and the vampire to kill everything. And then we are going to push up. This is where we need now to start pushing up. And we start getting to the end of the level. Because they want to push, push, push. Okay, we'll push, push, push. If that's how they want to play it, then that's how we shall play it. So as you can see, we have absolutely decimated them. There's only a couple of monsters left there now. We can get rid of them bile demons, that would be handy. So they've all retreated off there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put our dragons into the training room. Give me that dog. Oh my days, that was quick. I was lucky. So where are we at on the rooms? We treasure room and prison, okay. We'll let that dog just do that for now because it's stopping the purples from actually coming up and pushing up and stuff. How many creatures have they got? 14. Right, so they can't do it now. I'm just going to leave the dog to die because they are a bit of a pain in the ass, to be honest. So now we are going to go down and push down. They wanted to push down, so we're going to push down. We shall also another bigger lair. We'll also build another treasure room here for this bit of gold here that we are going to be digging out as well. And then we'll have enough gold to do everything that we need. And our imps digging out the other lot, and we'll just build another 3. And that one dog thinks it can take on the whole enemy army. You're not a vampire, mate. So are they down here? Their dungeon heart is exposed like ours. So what's that? Is that transfer? That's transfer creature. So there's our transfer creature. I thought we were sort of cutting it a bit short. I did say it was like 4 or 5 levels that we have it for, and that'll be number 3. So they're digging out to this gold here because they don't want us to get the gold. But I'm sorry to say, mate, you're not going to be successful in that because as soon as we mine out this gold, I am going to start pushing. So they won't be lasting much longer. Also, because we need a bigger lair, because all our creatures have died. Well, not all of them, but a good fair lot of them had. So we'll just quickly build down our lair a bit more. Now, if you didn't have the transfer creature from the previous mission, I do recommend you go back. If you are struggling on this mission, if you're struggling, then don't. If you're not struggling, you don't need to worry about it. But if you're struggling on this mission, I do recommend that you go back and watch the previous mission in the series. I will leave the link down in the description. And it is the video that shows you where the secret level is, and it also shows you where the transfer creature is. So therefore, if you can bring forward your vampire, or if you want your mistress, or any other creature you like, you desire. But I highly recommend a vampire. If you've not got a vampire, then it's got to be the mistress. So as you can see on this mission, I've not built no mistresses. That's because they had mistresses as well, and I know from previous experience on this mission that when they start using the scavenger room, they'll start taking your creatures. So in the meantime, you need to just train. So we'll just quickly put them up, make them sure that they're in there. A vampire is still level 7, but he's actually researching at the minute, is he? Yeah, so let's... Is our library not big enough? Is that what's going on here? So we'll just increase the size of the library just so it's quicker for our warlocks and our vampire to get the rooms researched. So that we can again get down the graveyard, and with that graveyard we can get the monsters for vampires when they get killed. So that would be the torture chamber. So we do like the mistresses, now would be the time to put down your torture chamber. But the thing with that is that there is the scavenger room, and they might scavenge. Now I am pretty surprised that they've not started scavenging the warlock. It's what they do a hell of a lot of. So vampire dude will just stay here clearing out all these. So the library's small again, but it's because we are pushing, and I knew they'll do that as soon as one was there, but okay. I can play that game, mate. So we'll just put down our creatures here. Pick up a good few more and put them down. And we'll just bring up this bar so that we can see and make sure that when our creatures run out of health, we can pick them up from this, and then they won't die. We can drop them down in the lair ourselves, or we can just take them out of the fray so they don't get battered. So their creatures are not going to last very long because of the fact that we've got 9 dragons and a vampire. Our vampire is not even here, so let's add a bit of dangerous firepower into the mix there. Now these will not last long. So I don't understand their strategy of just pushing. Like, when you are fighting, your creatures are basically training as well, so they will go up with levels. It does take longer than what it does in a training room, but your creatures do learn levels whilst they are fighting. It just obviously takes a little bit long before you notice it, but they do. Like at the minute, I've not put my vampire in the training room at all. So if you see him go from level 7 to level 8, that's because of all the fighting that he's done. So we do want to try and get that one. There we go, there's that big one done. So we've killed that one. They're now on 16. And I don't see how they're going to be able to recover from this. They pushed too quick at the beginning, thinking that they had the power, and then, don't get me wrong, if I didn't have my transfer creature from the previous mission, then yeah, they probably more than likely would have won that battle. But because of how strong the vampire is, he's just kept his arm all at bay. Nice. Drink of tea there. So, we need a bigger treasure haul, do we? Well, we don't really, because it's all going to get gone. So they're going to send all their creatures just to kill one dude. Okay, I'll put down one dude just to kill all your creatures. So as you can see, that vampire's getting levered, but not much. So 16 to 1 ain't fair. Let's add our dragons down, so thin the numbers out a little bit more. So we've got 9 creatures there to their 16. Made that 13 because one just died. Now 12. 11. See, now they are in trouble. 10. Vampire not even there. Pull him down and make it even better for us. So as you can see, with the transfer creature from the previous mission, it's been pretty much a cakewalk. So now we have the graveyard. That's what we've been waiting for. So we will put a graveyard down, because vampires are probably the best in the game. Now the Horn Reaper is better, but is so much of a pain to keep under control that it's just best to not even bother with him. You'll see in a bit, you get a mission where there's 2 and they're both blocked off with doors and stuff, and that's what the game gives you for the very first time like you get it. You can get one earlier on, I think it was mission 5 in the top right hand corner. There's a bit where I don't actually go out in it, and where I say to you to look out on the map for like where there's bits. Well, on mission 5, it might be mission 7, sorry, not 5. On mission 7, in the top right hand corner, there's a bit where there's 3 doors that I didn't go to. You can go up to that and get that, and there's a Horned Reaper in the middle room. So if you do want to see the Horned Reaper before this phase, then it's mission 7. Pretty certain it's mission 7, and in the top right hand corner it looks like there's 3 channels. Like there's, say that's 2, that like 1 and 2. But there's like 3 channels of impenetrable rock in the top right hand corner, about 4 deep. So it's 4 deep, rock, 4 deep, rock, 4 deep. And the middle one's got a Horned Reaper in it. No, I didn't do that on my playthrough because I knew it was there. I didn't even point it out. I actually forgot when we were playing the mission, but I knew it was there. That's why I didn't go to it, because it's just a Horned Devil. And then the amount of messing about I would have to have done just to keep him happy and under control, it's just not worth the hassle in my eyes. So what we want to do is we want to pick up all these bodies. Now they're taking back them corpses, we should soon get another vampire or 2. So they've got 7 creatures left, which is not good for them. So we'll stick down them. We are nearly at their dungeon heart. We are pushing and we are getting there. We are just not just there just yet. I'll play a game if you all can die. So we'll stick them down. Set this out. They've got warlocks and a dragon. Not for long. So the warlocks now, you'll see that they're just going to get absolutely decimated. The warlocks are not too bad when you get into the high levels, but the amount of time and effort you've got to get in to put them into a high level, it's just best to bomb rush to your library, get your spells and your rooms, and then as soon as your graveyard is done, you want to be putting down your graveyard. Just because dead creatures, 8 of them make a vampire. And as you can see by the strength of that one vampire, that's the main thing I put down all the time. So that's it. Pick them bodies up and we shall soon have a vampire. So they are struggling now. They are really struggling. If they just keep attacking, it's because they don't want me to get down here. But I'm going to push. I'm going to push down. As soon as we get the bridge, we are going straight for that bad boy. So now that we have this bridge, there's not much that they can do now. Like, we are basically on their doorstep. So it's not going to be a good trip for them in a minute. They probably are going to try and push up forward. Like, you can't really blame them. They want to protect their base, but pointless. Completely pointless. So we've got 2 increased levels, I think it is. There's one on this side, isn't there? So here we are, right on their doorstep. So stick that down, and we'll stick down our dragons. And this should be on our way to the end of the mission. Now, the vampire is still level 7, is he? He is still level 7. But he will not be for long. Now, what I'm going to do here, because it takes quite a while to claim this room because of the size it is, I'm going to just put that down there like that, so that we can have a few imps doing it at the same time. Now, at the minute, they're trying to get over here for... Is this another increased level? It is. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to save it right here, just in case the screen messes up. Because on my previous playthrough, the previous mission, well, 10 minutes from the end, if you've not watched the video, my mouse cursor gets stuck right at the top of the screen and it won't go down. So I had to exit out of the program, close it all down, reload it back up, and it was a nightmare. Luckily I did make a save game, so we only missed out like 20 minutes I had to redo. But that's the first time that I've saved it whilst we've been doing it. So first thing, if I can find it, I'm going to do that straight away. Now all our creatures are gone up by a level. So let's come over here and get the other one. Which is there. Now we have a level 9 vampire. So basically, this one creature now is strong enough to probably kill them all. Yeah, I'm just going to leave that one vampire there just to show you the power of a vampire. Should have made maybe a few more imps before I did them level ups, so if you are struggling with imps, bear that in mind when it's your playthrough. Now, as you can see, that he's happily winning. But because it'll take ages at this speed, I am just going to stick down the dragons as well. So as you can see now, our dragons are level 6 and 7 and 8. And I'm going to claim. So, excellent. I'll tell you what I will tell you though. Once your imps get to about level 6, they don't really work any faster. About 6 or 7 is like max. So, just so you're aware of that. So now we have a load of land by capturing the workshop. And what we do need to push through is for this bad boy right here, transfer creature. Now we are getting on to about 30 minutes on this video now. So thank you to all of you who have stayed through and watched the video. And for all you who are playing at home, I hope the video has been helpful. I do enjoy making these videos, especially when it's a good game like Dungeon Keeper. And thank you very much for watching. Also, a quick word from our sponsor, the like button. So go down there, give the guy a little punch and let him know that you do appreciate the content. And if you are being extra generous and you are an epic legend, you can go down there and subscribe and put on notifications. So for all of you legends who have subscribed, thank you very much. And for everybody else, thank you very much. Your watching is enough for me. So then, we are coming to the end of the level. Before we do use the transfer creature, have we got anything that I've captured around here? Treasure room, have we? before we do transfer creature, we are going to make sure that we do kill everything. We don't really need to worry about it now, but it's better to be safe than sorry. So we'll stick these down. As you can see, the vampire like phase is out of existence in that lot, so he can warp across the map anywhere. So another good aspect of him. He's good in the library when he's at the higher levels. Like you could have the little vampires instead of warlocks. Now, what I am surprised at is that we haven't actually had a vampire rise from our graveyard. I am amazed that that's not happened. So maybe not put enough down of dead bodies, but we are getting there now, I can tell you that. They cannot have many creatures. 3. They've got 3 creatures left. Let's make that 2. Stick down a couple of these. Not that many. How many is that? 12. So not too bad. They're capturing the rooms. There's their dungeon heart. And this mission is nearly done. So not long left. Our imps are now claiming all of the rooms of the enemy. And they've got no gold for themselves to train creatures when they do come through, unless they sell what rooms they've got left. And we are about to capture their portal, are we? Where is their portal? There it is. So we're making our way over here now for the portal. And there's our first vampire from our graveyard. And the dragons have spotted it. So what we shall do is we'll pick them all up and we shall plot them all down and we shall get this mission done. Stick down them and we'll just stick down the warlocks because these are probably going to fight with the vampire. So we'll just check that a minute. No, they are actually going to attack this for now, but the vampire will, well, the vampires will attack these warlocks once they have taken out that. So it might take a little bit. The dragons are not very good at taking out the dungeon heart. It takes a little bit longer with them. As well with the bow demons, because they've got them big swingy hook things, so they just like destroy it dead quick. Not extremely quick, but a lot quicker than what the dragons do. But it's not as if they're going to attack us anytime soon, is it? Like, they are done. They're spent, that's it. They are spent. So, is a creature carrying something here? What's that? Thought I had a purple dot on the screen there, then like a pinky dot for the spell, but it's not. And there we go. That is the mission done. So, before we do anything, what I will do is I will save it. And I'm going to save it on the one underneath my main save. I'm going to do transfer creature, and we want to go down until we see. Oh, click on that again. That's because the land is yours. Came down. We're going to go down until we see vampire level 9. And there he is. So we've transferred that creature. We'll press space, and that is mission 10 done. A lot quicker than the previous missions because they rushed us and they thought that they would be able to get the better of us, but little did they know that we had the vampire. And like as you've seen, the vampire is what saved us there. Then it would have been a gruel if we had to fight them creatures. So if you are having struggle at difficulty, so if you are having difficulty and are struggling on that mission, I do recommend that you go back to mission 9. Do the mission, it's quite an easy mission, mission 9, and get the transfer creature and transfer over a vampire or a mistress. As long as they're high level and it's either a vampire or a mistress, you'll do alright. You could probably do it with other creatures, but I would not recommend any other than them two unless you want to make it a little bit more difficult for yourself. And also with the scavenger room, which they didn't really do on that mission, which I do remember from previous missions when I played as a kid, they sometimes, like say, especially with the warlock having that mission, they'll put warlocks in the scavenger room and then they'll just take all your warlocks off you, and then they've got more creatures than you. So the key to that mission is to be fast. And if you've got the transfer creature, it's just so much easier to do it. So then, before I do go, what I will do is I will quickly load into the mission like I did last time, so it continues over with our creature, and then I will save it in my main slot. So if, like, the start of the video where we come onto it and then we load into it to continue and our creature's not there, it doesn't matter. So here we are, we'll map, we'll do that, we'll quickly save on the top slot, and then I'm going to come out of it straight away. Now this mission is a good mission, it's a quick easy mission and they all attack us. So quit, yes. Now, to get on that mission, we will have to load it up on our next playthrough. Well then, guys, like I said in the video, thank you very much for watching. All you legends who subscribed, double thanks. Really do mean it. Really do appreciate it. It helps the channel so much. Go down into the description if you require links to the previous videos. The links go back to the previous 2 videos and so on. So if you go back to 9, you'll get 8 and 7, 8, 7 and 6. I'll do that till about mission 5, I think it is. I think 1, 2 and 3 are on one video, and then mission 4 is on a video. There's no links for them. And there's a bit of a sound error on the first one of the 3 videos. That's because I had a problem with the actual sound in game and I couldn't sort it out, but I managed to fix it. Well, not the game sound, a different sound. Well then, guys, thank you very much for watching again, and I shall see you all in the next video. Like, comment, share and subscribe. What more can I say? Cheers, guys. This is Viper signing out, and I shall see you all in the next video. This is Viper, out.